Are you struggling with getting high quality leads and Google Ads? Well, in 2025, it's not all about just having a big budget. It's also about having a good strategy. And in today's video, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about making sure your Google Ads campaigns are generating the highest quality leads possible. Now, to start off, my name's Matt. I'm the owner and operator of Tradesman Digital Marketing. We're a full service Google Ads agency that specializes in lead generation for service-based businesses. We've been in business now for over 5 years, and we've been doing lead generation campaigns for a long time. And really in today's video, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about them to make sure that you're able to generate high quality leads. One of the things that most people don't know about Google Ads is that there's a massive difference between a lead and a sale. If you're doing e-commerce, so for example, you're selling an online product, a lead is a sale. It's the same thing. There's no difference. Someone buys ABC product, that's it. That's the end of the story. It cost X amount on Google Ads, end of story. Very, very simple. However, if you're a business that relies on leads and having someone pick up the phone on the other end and try to close that person, actually make a sale, sometimes the sales have different prices. This is a massive gap, and a lot of people don't know how to optimize for that. And this is really why I made this video, so that we can understand what to do and where to go. So to start off, we must have our end customer in mind. Who is it that we actually want to go after? Because if we just go after everyone, especially on Google Ads, we're going to waste a whole bunch of marketing. If you've ever run a YouTube or display campaign, you know it can burn tens of thousands of dollars, if not more, in an afternoon. It's unreal how quickly you can spend money on Google Ads. But that's not what we want to do. We actually want to get some leads and sales out of this. So how do we come up with an idea for our end customer? And what I like to do and suggest is that we go after our most highly profitable services. So for a pool company, I suggest going after pool installation. We're going to make the most amount of money around it. Same with fencing installation, same with HVAC. Maybe your installation is more than repair, or repair is more than installation. You have to figure that out. But what we're going to do is go after our most profitable ones, and then we're going to go after specific keywords to target those specific services. So for example, let's do pool installation. I love pool installation. What we're going to do is come over here to tools inside of our Google Ads account, by the way. Under planning, we're going to hit keyword planner. We're going to come over here to discover new keywords, and we're going to geo-modify this for, let's do the US, because it'll just be easier here. What you're going to want to do is actually target the city or state you're actually selling your services in. That way you can see the actual search traffic there. You don't want to just do US or Canada. Just for the sake of example, I'm just doing the US so you guys can see. But let's do pool installation. Let's do fiberglass pools, pool installation, and let's do vinyl pool installation. And maybe one is worth more than the other for you. I'm not exactly sure, but that's what you're going to want to do. We're going to hit get results next, and it's going to come up with a long list of keywords that we can use. And what you're going to want to do is actually go through all of these keywords. And I have an entire video on how to find great keywords. I'll link it up above. But you're going to have to go through here and find the ones that are high buying intent. So pool installation near me, local pool installers near me. As you can start to see, there becomes a trend of, okay, these people are actually looking for our services as opposed to just typing in something vague like pools, which that person could be looking for a lot of things. Could be photos of pools, could be local pools to go swimming in, could be a gazillion things. Pool liner, could be additions for the pools, could be accessories for the pools, could be chlorine for the pools. As you can see, vague things don't do well on Google Ads, and that's kind of the lesson I want to communicate to you. Be very, very specific on Google Ads. This will allow you to generate substantially higher quality leads for your company. Now, while we're on the topic of keywords, it's important to know what campaign should I be using, because there's quite a few. Performance Max, display, YouTube, demand gen, search, call only. There's a gazillion of them. Which ones do I use? For leads, the cream of the crop still to this day is search campaigns. Performance Max is really good, but you need all the data, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Call only ads are good, but for only specific industries. Search campaigns are going to be your bread and butter normally. How do we actually go about creating them? Very simple to do. We're going to come over here to the big icon that says create, hit campaign, and then we're going to come over and essentially hit, let's do leads. These are our conversion goals, which we can change later. We're going to hit continue. We're going to hit search. And then from there, we're going to build a search campaign. I have an entire video on how to do this online, completely free for you guys. I'll link it up above so you can build your own search campaign. Another campaign that might also be useful is a Performance Max campaign. Really, really good, but like I said, I'll talk about that in a second regards to the CRM. The reason for this, and the reason we don't use other campaigns like Performance Max right off the bat, is the data is just not there. With lead generation, it's great. You can get a gazillion leads. Doesn't mean the leads are good. A lot of businesses struggle with leads that are calling them. People are calling them. They're saying, yeah, I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for chlorine. I'm looking for XYZ. That is not your service. That's a lead. That's not a good lead. That's just going to waste your time. These automated campaigns tend to focus on them because Google figures out, hey, I can get a lot of these leads really cheap. It's under the keyword DIY pool installation. I'm just going to bid on that. And because you don't have as much control with these other campaigns, Google's just going to optimize for them and waste a lot of your money and time. That's why with search campaigns, you have a lot more control and you're able to essentially figure out who is a good lead, who is not a good lead, and what converts to a sale and what doesn't convert to a sale. That's one of the big reasons I suggest search campaigns right off the bat as opposed to the other ones. That being said, there's ways around that. You can use a CRM, something like Salesforce, HubSpot, a Zoho CRM. There's a gazillion of them out there that integrate with Google Ads. If your CRM doesn't integrate with Google Ads, you could also use something like Zapier, which is a great in-between. So most CRMs, regardless of what they are, have some sort of Zapier feature. You can integrate Zapier with Google Ads, send the data along through Zapier into the CRM and back into Google Ads. And this will allow you to be able to actually send sales data to Google Ads AI so you can optimize for sales with your service-based business as opposed to just leads, which is fantastic at boosting the actual quality of the leads. Massive win nowadays, and really we don't take anyone on if they can't integrate their CRM with Google Ads. It's just a massive game changer, especially for us and being able to show our client that we're getting amazing results for them. Another campaign you might also want to check out is a call-only campaign. This is great at generating a lot of phone calls, people calling you. This is great for certain businesses that are very emergency-based, plumbing, like if you have a leak or something like that, floods. This might be another viable opportunity. If you want to do a call-only campaign, you hit search, you do the exact same thing, leads up here as well, but you're going to click on phone calls, you're going to enter in your phone call, and that will generate a call-only campaign where the only option is to actually call you. I have another campaign completely free. I'll link it up above to walk you through how to do that as well. Another great campaign for generating high-quality leads. Not as great as a search campaign in my opinion, but it's still a great option as well. Now, once we have our campaign created, our keywords targeted, where do we go? And this is something that I think so many people overlook, and it's just basic. Geo-targeting in time of day. This is something that can make or break your campaign. I see so many companies that will target a massive area around the actual campaign and where they service. They know that their most profitable areas are not where they're targeting, but they'll target it anyways. I don't know why, and they'll lose a lot of money. I would highly recommend only targeting areas where you can make a decent amount of money. Same as times when you're running these Google ads. For this, we're going to click on campaigns. We're going to come over here to campaigns, click on an individual campaign. Let's do pool installation, Coastal Edge Pools. This is just an example we did up. And what we can do is actually change to the location settings. As you can see here, these are all the locations we're targeting. If we want to go into the advanced search, we can add more or less locations. This is great, especially because we only want to get leads out of this area that we can service. If you're a pool installation company, you're probably not targeting a gazillion different areas. You only have a small radius of which you can actually service. This is important. You need to know where your most profitable areas are and who you actually want to go after. That might only be going after a few zip codes. That's completely fine, provided the search volume is good. We have clients that do that. They see fantastic results. And really, if you know those specific zip codes or postal codes where your high-end clients are at, I'd highly recommend going after them. You can massively increase the quality of your leads. Another thing I said is the actual time of day. This is super important because when you are actually picking up the phone on the other end, if you don't get there quick enough, normally I say within 15 minutes, is going to be when you want to respond to the customer as quickly as possible is the best. But if you're letting this customer sit for a day or 2 days or 5 days, which I've seen people do with Google Ads, the customer is going to go find someone else. You want to make sure you can quickly respond to them. If you can't, don't run the ads. It's as simple as that. And most people think, but Matt, I can run it 24/7, but I'll respond to them at, between the hours of 9 and 3. You're going to lose a lot of money that way. And I'd highly recommend not doing that just because you're going to burn a ton of money and you're going to see some really poor results, especially when it comes to just burning money inside of Google Ads. This is not going to so much affect the actual quality, although I'm going to give you a piece of advice in a second. But it will waste a lot of money if you just run it 24/7 and you can't actually respond to those leads quickly enough. One thing I would mention about time of day and the actual different days of the week, We find here at Tradesman Digital Marketing that Mondays to Fridays, especially for service-based businesses, tend to convert a lot better than weekends. The reason being is people on weekends have a lot of time on their hands to look around. So the close rate tends to drop off. Now, this isn't for every industry, but it is worth testing out, especially for your business, to see whether or not, hey, maybe Saturday and Sunday, those days just aren't the best to run it, and maybe you should only run it Mondays to Fridays. We find that a lot of people on Mondays to Fridays don't have all that much time on their hands because they're working. And they're like, hey, you're the first person we called, we'll just get a quote and go with you guys, as opposed to Saturday and Sunday. Hey, I've got 8 hours to look around. I've got other options, right? So that's generally our thought process here. And it tends to be true when we're actually setting up campaigns for our clients and looking at different days of the week. Another thing you're gonna wanna look at is the actual ad copy and the landing pages. You're gonna wanna make sure your ad copy is relevant to the end customer and they know what they're going to get. I have an entire video on how to write ad copy specifically for Google Ads, as well as how to create a landing page specifically for Google Ads. When you create your campaign, you should already have the ads. It should be explained in the search campaign video, but really we want to make sure the customer knows exactly what they're getting when they are clicking on our ad. If you do pool installation, you don't want your ad or landing page to say, hey, we just, pool company, we do chlorine, we do a whole bunch of stuff. You want it to be very specific. The reason being is people aren't going to get confused and accidentally click on your ad, especially if it says pool installation or local pool installers. People are going to go, yeah, that's pool installation, not for me. It's going to save you money as well as generate higher quality leads because people know exactly what they're getting. We love using a website called Landingly. It allows you to build landing pages super easily and it's really cheap. I love it. I recommend it for anyone using Google Ads. I'll leave the link for it down below, but it's absolutely awesome. Easy to use, and honestly, I just can't praise it enough. As you can see, really cheap here, free, and the light packages are very, very cheap for you guys, and allows you to, one, quadruple normally your conversion rate, meaning you're going to get about 4 times the amount of leads out of what you're actually getting, as well as create highly customized landing pages so the people landing on these landing pages know exactly what they're getting, and it allows you to generate higher quality leads, especially if you add a form and it has exactly what you want out of your customer. Now, the final thing I would look at with running a campaign is actually optimizing it. And once you start generating search terms, you're going to want to come in here to insights and reports and hit search terms. You're going to go through here and you're going to add a whole bunch of negatives. This will get rid of all the people you don't want clicking on your ads, which will help to boost lead quality as well. Now, there are a whole bunch of other optimizations you need to be making to your Google Ads account. You might want to check out the Google Ads optimization checklist. It's completely free and the link for it is down below. Walks you through on what to do on a weekly, monthly, 3-month basis, as you can see here, and also lets you jot down your results so you can see you're making progress month over month. Like I said, adding negatives through the actual search terms report is massive at getting rid of irrelevant leads and really allowing your account to thrive and just have a great account overall. Now, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns about lead quality or Google Ads in general, feel free to leave a comment down below. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. Take care, and I wish you all well.